First of all, how do you describe that underhand shot you made?
I wasn't surprised. You know, when I was young, I was bartending, so I'm used to that.
Okay. But what occurred to you to try that shot?
I don't know the answer to that question. I had a good feeling it was going in, but I don't know. I think it was 1 second on the clock. I think so.
Right, but I mean, you could have attempted maybe you made a hook shot in that situation.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, those are the shots I like, so.
Look, you guys have won 11 of the last 12. What have you noticed about the way you've been able to play these last 12 games?
I think our defense and our energy, they've been at the high level for most of those games. We stay together all the time, so even when teams make run, we stay together, and that's the most important thing.
Now that it just seemed like the shots were just going in tonight. Just talk about the way you guys were able to play on the offensive end.
Yeah, I mean, we're aggressive, I think. Aggressive, you know, they switched. So I think me and Kai went to work. And everybody else was open, so we got to knock those shots down. We got 24 threes, yeah. It was most open threes, so we go and we knock them down.
About 3 weeks ago, I asked if you thought that this was your best season, and you said you thought it was. In what way do you think it's been better? I mean, when you're out there, in what ways do you feel like you're better than people?
I think a lot of things. I think the most important is maturity. You know, I've been in this league for 5 years now, so just understanding the game, learning the game, and just maturity. I think on both ends, I've been better this season, so I just got to keep going like that.
Do you feel like you're playing MVP worthy ball?
That's the question for you guys to answer. I'm not voting.
Luka, when you have your step back going the way it has been recently and all year, honestly, are you a bit surprised when you see as much switching out there, especially with bigs?
No, I'm surprised when they double me because, you know, I usually make the right read, so then it's 4-on-3 basketball with a lot of space. So when they double me, you know, there's a chance for everybody to get involved, and that's what we did in SAC. So I think I'm more surprised now when they double me, you know.
Kind of a crazy road trip. You already had 2 games in Sacramento, and now you got to go back to Northern California again. I know you're excited about that.
No, I'm not. Because just went 30 minutes flight home, but it's 4 hours flight. Yeah, I miss home now. That has been the longest road trip ever. 12 days, I think it is.
Sacramento used much different defensive strategies than the Rockets tonight, with blitzing more and late doubles. What are your thoughts on how the group has handled those different styles after having, you know, quite a few games since the trade deadline?
I think it's better. We play better when they double me. Like I said, you know, it's open space, 4-on-3 basketball, and then you got Kai on the other side too. So I think we play better when they double me. You know, everybody gets involved. It's easier for us on offense.
And then what has helped sustain your three-point percentage to this point of the season? You're shooting at a very high clip this late.
Yeah, just getting working. My legs has been way better than past seasons, so it's all about the legs, you know, that I get working.
Talk about your defense a little bit. You had 2 steals there.
Oh yeah. Most of the team. You tell them. See you guys.
Excuse me. I think you still hold I think your 21-footer was still better than Luka's 21-footer. But what do you think of Luka's 21-footer?
Man, I was running back on defense, shaking my head, man. That's that's how you know you're having fun with the game and you're just having a great night. So we've seen him hit some ridiculous shots before. I mean, he hit like this crazy trick shot before the game. He's been trying it for the last like 10 games, trying to get that shot to go in. So it was going to be one of those nights for sure once he hits those. And really proud of him that he kept staying aggressive. And, I mean, he's having fun, and that's what you want when you're playing out there with somebody special.
What's going on to your mind, Kyrie, when he comes out of the gate playing the way he's playing, 22 points there in the first quarter?
I love it. I love it. It makes all of us lock in a little bit more and just be complimentary. I think one thing that I've learned just being on a very special team, great teams, right? You got to be able to play every role. So when somebody's the scorer for 5 straight minutes, keep feeding them that good energy, that positive reinforcement, and you just play defense and enjoy doing the little things for, someone to get it back on the offensive end, because when he's being that efficient, he's being that aggressive, it'll open up more opportunities for us. So just got to be ready to play every role when someone's got it going like that. And it could be anyone's night. And I think you've seen that over our winning streak. It just, Luka gets it going, then someone else gets it going, then we have another third or fourth scorer coming in. And I think that's how we're creating separation in these games.
Anything in particular you've noticed about the way the team have played these last 12 games?
You said what?
Anything in particular you've noticed about the way this team has played the last 12 games, 11-1 the last 12 games?
We're just not satisfied. I think, we know where we are positioning-wise, and we know what we're fighting for. So we just want to continue to put our best foot forward game to game and take it 1 minute at a time, man. That's all we can do.
Kyrie, coming into this game, I just wanted to know your thoughts on what have you thought about watching the emergence of Jalen Green? Coming into this game, it seemed like he was really starting to come into his own and stuff.
I've been a huge supporter of Jalen since he was in high school. I've been watching a lot of his highlights on YouTube. Seeing his maturity, seeing his ascension really as a young leader in our league, and him answering all the naysayers, right? Or him answering his own calls, or him rising up to his potential that we thought he was going to be at. Just even when he first came into the league, just a premier scorer, able to get his team wins and play through contact, and also do it consistently night after night. Those are what the special players, the greatest players do. They do it every single night. And he didn't shoot particularly well tonight. We had a defense baked in for him. So when you're having that type of stretch, we're going to make it a little bit tougher on you. So I know he's going to go home and think about it. But I think the maturity that he's shown over these past 2 months or so has been tremendous. And I'm nothing short of proud of him as a big brother.
Kyrie, I want to commend you for your ability to be vocal and your dedication to the progress of Black people in America. Mm-hmm. And with that said, in your opinion, what do you think is the role of today's Black athlete when it comes to social justice, freedom, and equality?
I think the most important thing is learning what a true superpower reading is, and being aware of what your ancestors did before you and reclaiming that power. I think the modern day athlete is not just an athlete anymore by title. I think you have to be more. You have to do more. You have to be socially aware. You have to be racially aware. And you also have to be politically aware of the society that we're in, and also how you make change on those different levels. So I think it starts with our education. I think we kind of need to move away from just this coined phrase of financial literacy is going to liberate us. We have people in the world that are Black or African American or Afro American or Moorish, or we have so many different identities that we go by. I think once you kind of hone in on the message that I'm trying to get across, which is we just need more unity, and we need to consistently sustain that unity. And we have the power inside of us, but I think we need to walk with grace and be ready to act. It's been a war on skin color for a long time, so just being aware of that and seeing how you can galvanize others to not necessarily believe what you believe, but be willing to challenge your belief system and also encourage you to learn more and be more. So I think I have a responsibility of not only being of African descendants or indigenous descendants, having ancestors that have fought in wars, genocides, and strive for me to even be in this position today. I don't take it for granted. So, I know that was a long-winded answer, but it needs to be long-winded because right now we need to have these conversations around race comfortably and civilly. We can do that. So I can do it. I'm at peace with myself, and I'm at peace with other races and other walks of life, other religions. So when we can have a civil conversation about how we move forward in our world, I think you'll see more things change and more people speaking about it.
Before the game, Coach Udoka said you were the best player, one-on-one player, most skillful player he's ever seen, been around a coach. What do you say to that?
I'm appreciative of those compliments, and I honor those compliments. And I'll say this as well. I'm appreciative of everyone's most skilled compliments, but that's not the reason why I picked up a basketball. I didn't pick up the basketball to be the best one-on-one player of all time or to be labeled as the most skilled. I just want to be known as a great winner one of those guys that came through our league and left an impact and did it his own way, but also did it with some special teammates, and truly was just inspirational in my approach and how I woke up every single day and worked towards my craft, and just set an example for not only athletes but for people around the world to follow in my footsteps, to make mistakes in the public forum and learn from them and mature as a young man. And it's not easy being a child prodigy growing up in America. People expect you to be more mature than what you are. So, I'm appreciative. Again, I want to answer your question. I'm appreciative of Ime's comments, but I also want to kind of relate a message to the rest of the world that, the most skilled, just save those compliments for after I'm done. And I never want to discredit the people who came before me. There were some bad MFers that came before me before you start saying I'm the most skilled. Again, I respect everyone's compliments, but don't put me in that conversation until you really get to know NBA history and who's come before me and guys that have scored gazillions of points and assists and rebounds and made a true impact. I just want to fall in alignment with that and just continue to pass the game on to the next generation in a better way.
Kyrie, you said, I think it was when you were in Brooklyn, you were talking about how you talked to Jalen, how you talked to KPJ at that time about leaving a legacy. You felt the responsibility to make sure that you left something so those guys could pick up and come behind you. Mm-hmm. Have you seen that with Jalen here, like with Anthony Edwards up in Minnesota?
Yeah, for sure. I'm in that kind of middle of the age sort of thing, like in the league where I'm well respected by my younger peers. They've watched me when they were little, younger kids in high school or middle school, and now I'm kind of becoming that elder statesman. You're gonna see like Bron, Steph, KD. Those guys are gonna eventually ascend out, and then it's gonna be me and a few guys left in my generation that are gonna be the 30-year-olds, and we just want to set a great example for us knowing the history. That was the most important thing for me is when I came into the NBA is knowing the history. So once you know the history, then you kind of you take the pressure off your back. It's not just to perform well for the fans, to perform well for the organization. It's about how you put your family in a different position, and you have a band of brothers that you compete against, 7 months to 9 months out of the year, and then we go at it for a championship, and then we go to the summer, and then we come back at it. That's a simple formula. Every external thing that comes with this is pretty much extra fluff on it. It makes the theatrics fun. It makes the business even more profitable. So social media aspect. But I always want to tell my peers just to take it one day at a time and don't listen to, anyone that hasn't necessarily tried to understand the position that you're in, and take advice from people that are going to take their own advice. So I think Jalen and, these guys are taking their own advice, but also willing to listen. And you can see they're rewarding themselves from it.
Why do you think you guys were did such a good job against Green? What was the key to that?
Obviously, we know he's been having great games lately, so we try to take him out of the game early and make it hard for him and make somebody else beat us. So every time he came off the pick and roll, we just want to be aggressive with him and get the ball out of his hands.
When Luka has it going like that, PJ, what goes on your mind when you're watching all that magic he's doing out there?
It's just magic. I just enjoy him being himself out there and just going out there and dominating each and every night. So it's special to watch, and obviously playing with a player like that is special. So, it's exciting for me too, and I hope he does it again next game too. So, for sure.
Do you remember if you were on the court or on the bench when he made the underhanded?
No, I was on the court when I seen that. I've never seen anything like that in an NBA game ever. So, just the fact that he's doing stuff like that is crazy to me. So. It just shows how easy the game is for him, and like I said, I'm just glad I'm on his team now. So.
Is it like a game of horse or something like that for him?
I don't know. Whatever game it is, I feel like he's always winning. So I'm just glad we got a dub tonight, and I'm glad everybody hit shots and played well on the defensive end, and we stuck to the game plan and got a good win tonight.
You guys are one line by your last 12. When you got it going like this, can you pinpoint one reason why we got it going like this?
I just feel like we're there for each other. We're connected on both ends of the floor. No matter if a guy's missing shots, we're telling them to keep shooting, and we're there for each other no matter what. I feel like this team is gelled together, and we're on a good path right now, and we're just taking everything one game at a time.
How much personal satisfaction do you take in locking down their biggest scorer?
A lot. I mean, that's my job to come out here and get stops. So I take a lot of pride in that, and I'm just excited to come out here and show how I can guard defensively.
Over the past few weeks, the defense as a team has improved substantially. What are the key areas that have improved in your opinion?
Just physicality, rebounding, and just being in the right spots. I feel like, and being able to talk on that end as well is important. So I feel like we're doing a great job of that right now, and everybody's connected down there. And obviously, Gaff and Lively been great blocking stuff at the rim. So, yeah.
Kind of a crazy road trip. It was already in California. Now you got to go back there.
Yeah, I'm pretty mad about that. But I don't really want to get on this flight, but this will come with it. So, thank you, guys.
Jason, how do you describe what Luka was able to do, particularly in that first quarter, to get you guys off to a great start?
Yeah, I think, on this road trip, he's been setting the tone early. And as our leader, he came out and set the tone offensively. But I thought not just Luka, but the group was ready, to come in. Houston's playing at a high level. They've won 11 in a row. This was a good test for us. But Luka got us off to a good start offensively. But our defense, I thought the guys executed the defense to a T tonight and making sure the ball found other guys. We knew that Green was playing at a high level, so we tried to just, keep it tough on him, knowing that he can make tough shots. But Luka, again, was Luka.
What did you see on that one underhanded shot when the shot clock was running out? Whatever it was.
Well, we've been lucky enough to be around him for 3 years, and we've seen him kick the ball in. We've seen him shoot from half court, full court, sitting in a chair. So to see him do that, I think a lot of people got excited, but I think at the same time, everybody, that's Luka. He's always able to make tough shots. Again, Picasso, when you give him the paintbrush, he's going to do something special, and that shot was pretty special.
The way he controlled the game in the first quarter, I was watching and I thought this could be his MVP highlight reel. Just the way he dominated every facet.
Yeah, I think when you talk about the best player in the world, understanding the time and where we are in the schedule and on this road trip, he came out and showed why he's one of the best in the world. He set the tone offensively. His voice, you could hear his voice, and then finding his teammates. But again, he can put the ball in the basket, and if they're going to read and play the defense that we saw tonight, it's up to him to do his job, and he did that at a high level tonight.
And it wasn't just Luka. I mean, you got 24 out of Kyrie. Just talk about his contribution.
Yeah, Kai, again, the chemistry of playing off of one another. One is going, the other one is just hovering to wait his turn. And Kai, I thought, did a great job there in the second half of being able to play the one-on-one and being able to score. When those two don't see double teams, I think Kai and Luka take advantage of that, and Kai did that tonight. Being that in the second half, to be able to, get to the basket or take the three in rhythm. But again, that's what they've been doing here of late, is playing off of one another, and Kai's playing at a high level. But I know he's not going to just talk about offense, but his defense, I thought, was at a high level tonight. Being able to ball pressure, being able to get deflections, and being able to be in the right place at the right time. I thought all five of those guys did a great job when I'm talking about the starters to set the tone defensively. Physicality was at a high, knowing that Houston's going to scrap. They're small. So I thought, again, our bigs did a good job.
4-0 on this road trip, which was not an easy road trip to begin with, and with one more difficult leg. What does it tell you about this team's ability to kind of keep its blinders on?
Yeah, I think to that point we validated the Sacramento trip with this win, and then if you look at Utah, we validated that win with the Sacramento game. So now we go back to California, where we just left, and play Golden State. Again, Golden State is fighting for a playoff spot, so they're playing well. They've been in this situation, and so this should be a good test for us on Tuesday. Being our last game, we can't look forward to going home. We got to be pros and continue to understand where we stand and what we're fighting for.
Coach, you didn't see too much blitzing tonight, but when teams do blitz, how do you feel like you guys have handled in the pocket, making plays off the short roll?
Yeah, our bigs have been great all season. We've seen advantage basketball. Gafford, if he's not finishing on the rim, D-Live or Gaff not finishing at the rim, those guys have been great at being able to find the corners or the slots. Just understanding the preparation of the rotations. Those guys have watched a lot of film and understand what's coming. And so I think they've done an incredible job knowing that Luka and Kyrie are going to get double teamed.
Is that a benefit of having Kyrie as a screener in some instances where, it's hard when a big is making those plays, but when a point guard like Kyrie is making them,
Yeah, I think we've used Kai in that situation. We try to use everyone so that they can understand that the situation, the feeling of being able to roll, that we're not just one dimension. A lot of times in a double team, we don't want to put Kai in that situation because we know they're not going to leave. So that just makes advantage basketball a little bit easier for us. With PJ, with D Jones, and others. But again, when Gaff catches it in the paint, his job is to go score first, and he did that tonight.
When you guys see Jalen Green, as hot as he was coming into this game, players just accept that challenge. They're going to go out there and shut it down.
Yeah, the team accepted that challenge. He's playing at a very high level, and we try to throw as many bodies and different schemes at him just to keep him off rhythm. He's a guy who can make tough shots, and he was playing. I mean, he was averaging 30-something a night. So for our group to hold him to 12, you got to tip your hat. The guys really were focused and locked in on what they had to do tonight.
You guys are not tired for the fifth where it's just keep it going?
Yeah, we have no choice. We got to finish this until the end of the season, and then we'll figure out where we are in the seedings. Thanks. Thanks.